Pretty peaceful. Okay, we are going to be attaching some handles on some cups that you would have seen me trim in a previous video. What I'm using for this is this tool. It's a bit dirty. Make sure you keep your studio clean. I just was using this the other day, so haven't had a chance to clean yet. I've also got one of these spatula tools. I have pre-done my handles before I trimmed my mugs, and I've trimmed my mugs and just let them sit upside down for a little bit of time for the feet to, I don't know why I do that. I guess realistically they're all leather hard anyway. I'll do a couple different angles so you can kind of see. When I'm picking out a handle, you know, I just roll out a whole bunch. I kind of just do them. I'm a bit slapdash, and I love that about my work. It's like my favorite thing. Anyway, so when I'm picking out my handle, I'm thinking about where it's going to go on the side of my mug. I am going to use my tool, and I'm going to score my cup. Pretty peaceful. I'm going to score it like this. And then I'm going to score my handle as well. Score my handle. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I've got like this pot of like dirty old slip that's like from me throwing the other day. It's not that old, but I'm going to get a little bit of that. I'm going to dab that on there. And then, right, finger down. Put my slip on there. It's gonna act like glue for us. And then I'm going to smush my handle on. I'm gonna smush it down. Now, this handle, I mean, realistically could be a bit drier. You really want this to be the same texture as in the cup. So squish that down. Then I'm going to use my spatula tool, and I'm going to press to combine. And there's my handle. Now, the other thing that I like to do, just to double check that my joints are all going to be nice and smooth with no cracks, is I get a little bit of clay and I roll out like a really thin coil. And I'm going to shape my handle a little bit in a minute, you'll see. So roll out my coil really thin, and then I'm going to put it around my handle there and on the bottom too. And then I'm going to get my tool again, and I'm going to blend half into the cup. I think you would have seen this on one of my other videos from ages ago, maybe. And then half into the handle. Concentration face. I realize my head's cut off for like most of this video. Okay, so I've blended that in. Now I'm going to get my finger, your number one tool. And I'm going to, I've just dipped a little bit of slip in there. I'm just going around and I'm smoothing it all out. And I'm actually really pressing in. So like I'm really pressing in to make sure that it's attached. I'm not just sticking it on there, we're blending them together. So that's really important for the integrity of your handle. So right at that joint, sticking, sticking, sticking. Okay, so then it's pretty good. Needs a wipe down after, but the next thing I'm gonna do, and this is where you can be a bit cheeky, once you can, if it's a little bit wetter, you can put it on, and then you can change the shape of your hand. Whereas if it was already dry, you wouldn't be able to do that. So at this point, this is when I kind of like give them a bit of a squeeze out, just to give them a bit of extra pizzazz and take up some more space in the cupboard. All right, so this is the first one. I'm gonna change angles now. That's my handle. It's like my little sausages I'm gonna use. All right, so this is the mug I'm doing. You can see it's got some little blemishy bits. They'll all come out just with a good wipe. I'm gonna pick out my handle that I like. I think this one looks good. And put that there. And I'm gonna pick a side. Look, that's already got something on it, so I'm gonna go there just to, you know, cover that up. So I'm going to score it, both sides. And then I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna get rid of my slip. And then I'm going to put this on there. You want all those bits to squish out. The sides, how it's squishing out, that means that it's getting glued in nice and tight. And I'm going to use this tool and squish in. Just like that. I'm going to fix the shape of that in a minute. Then I'm getting this little piece. Roll a little tiny coil. So we're going half on this side. And half on this side. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that join. I am not happy with the shape and I'm gonna fix it after. I'm gonna wet my finger and then I'm going through and I'm really pressing down. Pressing, 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 making sure it's nice and blend it in and compressed. Compression is key here. We don't want any little air bubbles inside where that handle is. So we're just really pushing to make sure that there's no bubbles. Otherwise, that's when we're going to get cracks. The other thing that causes cracks as well is different moisture levels. So if it was really wet clay going on to, if this handle was really wet, it's a little bit wet, but if it was really wet, it would not be ideal. But it can still work. It just depends on how, you know, how it dries. If you dry it really slowly, it should be okay. Looking at this, if I was to have a quick reflection, I would say this looks funky as. So all I'm going to do is come through and shape it. Cute, cute. Good bit of character. So that was my quick tutorial on how I do my handles on wheel through mugs. I also do them the same on hand-built mugs and if I have a handle on a vase or something similar to that. So generally it's just the same technique. It might just be a different handle size or vessel that it's going on to. Let me know if you've got any questions in the comments and I will see you next time. Bye.